Joining me now is California Democratic Congresswoman Laura Friedman, who is a first-term Congresswoman, having taken over from Adam Schiff. And we're glad to have you. I will tell folks in the commercial break I said hello and said, you know, fellow L.A. girl to L.A. girl. But anyway, Congresswoman, what do you make of your fellow Democrats and what they're doing today? Do you see it as being effective?
Well, whether or not it's effective, I love that they're out just sitting on the Capitol steps talking to anybody who wants to walk up and talk to them. You know, being accessible, being human beings, being willing to give up your Sunday to address people's concerns is important. And the fact that they've gotten themselves on the news to elevate the important issues that Americans are thinking about and talking about means that it's effective.
Okay. What about the number of new polls we've seen out this weekend? And they show support for Donald Trump at historic lows for a president nearing his first 100 days in office. Does this give a window for Democrats to perhaps take advantage of?
Well, I hope so, because I think that what's happening in the country right now is a huge concern. And I'm glad that people are paying attention. And one of the reasons is that people are feeling it right now in their pocketbooks. They're seeing the price of everyday goods go up. They see that the tariffs are having terrible effects on our small business. People are worried about their Medicaid, health care access, Social Security, and they are out talking about this to their neighbors and to their elected representatives. And I do hope that people reflect that unhappiness with the Trump policies when they do come out to vote next time.
You may have heard our conversation prior to the commercial break, because we've seen these sweeping deportation efforts by the Trump administration, which now include several U.S. citizen children being removed. Is there anything Democrats can do to stop these moves from happening in the first place, or to fight back once they have taken place?
I really hate seeing our country slide into a police state where people can be thrown into a vehicle by unmarked whoever, officers on the street, and deported or taken into custody without any transparency or any due process. That is not the America that I grew up in. It's not the America that I think any of us know and love. That's the way that dictators act. So making sure that we shine a light on these abuses every time they happen is tremendously important, so that the American people see what's happening. In our immigrant communities, we see fear. We see widespread fear. And I think that it's the cruelty of it, deporting American children, at least one of them in the middle of cancer treatment. That's not America. That's not our values. So we are fighting back with every tool we have, which is namely the legal system. We do have laws in this country. We are a country of rules and laws, and the court system is taking this very seriously. And you now see the Trump administration trying to delegitimize the court system, to threaten and harass and dox judges, and now even arrest a judge. But so far, the courts are holding strong, and they are affirming and reaffirming due process and the rule of law.
Let's get to the issue, which part of Trump's 100 days has been his talk of expanding the United States by making Canada the 51st state, making Greenland part of the United States. You were part of a congressional delegation that went to Denmark, and you met with Greenland's officials there. What did you learn? What did they tell you about either the likelihood or their desire to join up with the United States?
We heard from every person we spoke to, every elected official, every member of the press. We met with the prime minister, the foreign minister. We met with a representative from the indigenous population of Greenland. Resoundingly and overwhelmingly, they do not want to be part of the United States. And they are very worried that we're going to invade. And this is not a joke to them. I was frankly surprised at how worried and anxious the elected representatives and the people of Denmark are right now. They believe that there is a chance that they're going to be at war with the United States. They actually think that we're going to invade Denmark and try to take Greenland by force. And why do they believe that? Because Donald Trump has signaled that that might happen. We tried to reassure them that Congress is a co-equal branch of government. It's up to us if we're going to declare war or invade another sovereign nation, a democracy, an ally. But they're still worried, quite honestly. And Denmark, to be clear, is a very strong ally and friend of the United States. The fact that Donald Trump is putting our friends and allies in this kind of position is something that should be a huge concern for all Americans. It's unacceptable. It's certainly not the values of our country. We don't take over other democracies. We don't take over other countries. And I frankly am mystified, and everyone there is mystified as to why Donald Trump is threatening this country and why J.D. Vance said that Denmark was a bad ally. There's nothing that they've done that's anything but positive towards the United States and our relationship.